Hello everyone, Michael here, part-time gamer, full-time dad with a too long didn't read guide for World of Warcraft. This time on the block, it's going to be the Beast Mastery Hunter, so let's just get into it. Quick warning before we do start, this is simply a basics guide and my recommendations for a new Beastmaster Hunter looking to get a feel for the class. As an aside to that, this guide will not take into account legendaries which can seriously impact your playstyle. I'll be aiming this guide more towards a single target build as that's a better start point for a new raider. Beast Mastery Hunters, however, can achieve very good AoE damage, but it does require a complete overhaul of the build. Side note, in the footage you'll see that my hunter is not level 110, and therefore I do not have Titan's Thunder on my bars. So first up, let's get in with the talents. Your level 15 talent of choice should be Way of the Cobra, as it empowers your Cobra shot and is entirely passive. Level 30 should be Dire Frenzy for pure single target. Level 45 is your utility movement row and is up to you. I personally roll with post haste as it helps you to free yourself from some mechanics with the added bonus of move speed. For level 60, since we're aiming for ease of use, I would go with Blink Strikes. It's only slightly behind Bestial Fury but makes target switching much easier. If you know there are going to be zero or very few target swaps, then Bestial Fury for sure. Your level 75 talent doesn't impact DPS, so it's up to you. Binding Shot is a good default though, as it gives you a bit of utility for your raid on some fights. At level 90, a Murder of Crows is your go-to. Highest DPS as it stacks with your mastery, and has a low focus cost, which is a plus. And finally, level 100 should be Killer Cobra. It requires you to set up a couple of things before using Bestial Wrath, but it pays off in the end. And now for the stats. You're going to want to look for these stats in the priority order that I will list them. First up is going to be obviously your main stat, Agility. This should be on all of your gears aside from your jewelry. Mastery is going to be your first secondary stat, as it's the best above all else with the highest DPS gain. There's no soft cap, so just stack it to the sky. Second up, you will aim for Haste for the focus regen increase and the ability cooldown reduction. It impacts 3 of your most used abilities, so it's pretty important. Thirdly, you'll aim for Crit, which helps you via a passive ability called Wild Call, which resets your Dire Beast cooldown. And last but not least, it's going to be Versatility. The damage increase, healing increase, which is pretty useless for a hunter, and damage reduction just can't compare. For your gems, you're going to want to aim for a 200 agility gem in one socket and 150 mastery in your remaining. For your relics, you're going to want Pack Leader and Jaws of Thunder. These are going to be your best bets for raiding as far as relics. Both essentially increase the damage of your main DPS ability, just packaged differently. If you need a third or fourth choice, I would suggest you aim for Unleash the Beast and then Wilderness Expert. For your enchants, it's going to depend on the slot. For your neck, you'll want Mark of the Trained Soldier for the mastery proc, 200 agility on your cloak, and 200 mastery on your rings. This shouldn't vary much since you're just stacking that mastery. For your consumables, you want Flask of the 7th Demon for the increased agility, the Fish Gruel Special Food for the Fireball proc, and the Potion of Prolonged Power for the added mastery primarily. Alternatively, you could use the Nightborn Delicacy Platter Food for the slight DPS loss, but it's probably cheaper on most servers. So the main playstyle for the Beast Mastery Hunter is pretty simple really. Your main objective is to not focus cap yourself and only use Cobra Shot to prevent that from happening. Your main abilities follow a priority and should be used immediately when they come up. Priority 1 is going to be Titan's Thunder, which is your artifact ability. Then it's going to be Dire Frenzy, Kill Command. Seems pretty straightforward, right? Well, there's a couple small things you want to try to do if you can, which will give you a bit more DPS. It's really all about when and how you use your cooldowns. Bestial Wrath, which increases all of yours and your pet's damage, should be used when you have Kill Command up most importantly. It will become harder to time everything as the fight goes on, but you really want to try and get that one down. A really good opener to maximize use of all of your cooldowns is use your potion, then Murder of Crows, Bestial Wrath, Aspect of the Wild, Kill Command, then Dire Frenzy. From there, just follow your ability priorities. Make sure you use your Aspect of the Wild in conjunction with Bestial Wrath to maximize your throughput. If Bestial Wrath just went on cooldown and Aspect of the Wild does come up, don't delay it super long. I would say at most 10 to 15 seconds a delay would be fine. Anything beyond that, just use it. You also want to make sure that you're using Murder of Crows on cooldown. It does, however, benefit from Bestial Wrath, so if you can line it up a little bit, more power to you. And last but not least, like I said earlier, Titan's Thunder, your artifact ability that is gained later, should just be used like Murder of Crows on cooldown. Use your Disengage to escape harmful mechanics and Countershot to silence mobs where possible. Exhilaration is a small heal the hunters have that can be used to save a bit of mana for your healers, and Aspect of the Turtle can be used to soak some mechanics, but watch out, it's not a full-on immunity. On a bit about pets, you'll want to make sure that you're running your pet in Ferocity spec. As for an actual pet, they're all pretty much the same in Legion. However, certain exotic pets have special abilities. I suggest you do a bit of research on your own to see what you like best. I run with a Corehound for the Hysteria spell, which is essentially heroism. There are also pets that have a combat res ability, so be sure to check that out. Check the link in the description below, which is Petopia, for all of your WoW pet needs. And with that, we've reached the end of this too long didn't read guide for the Beast Mastery Hunter. If this was at all helpful, consider hitting that like button. Maybe leave a comment if you're feeling frisky. and get subscribed for more videos like this in the future. Or, alternatively, if you just want to say hi, you can hit me up on Twitter at ptgamer_ftdad. I would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and may your beasts forever be enraged.